Shungite to the Self, another timeless collective tarot reading. Thank you for clicking onto my video. Please keep in mind that this is a general collective tarot reading, therefore the messages will not and may not resonate with everyone. So please take what resonates with you in your particular situation and leave the rest. Please don't try to make the story fit if it doesn't fit. If it's not resonating with you, it just means that I'm not picking up on your energy, which is perfectly okay. If you are a returning member, subscriber, or viewer, welcome back, Soul Family. It's good to see you guys again. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your comments, subscribe, super thanks, and donations. I truly appreciate them all. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. It's good to see a new face here. Please keep in mind in the areas of legal, law, finance, health, mental health, please know that I'm not an expert in those areas, nor do I claim to be. And if I mention them at all, it is either what my intuition is picking up on or it's literally on the cards themselves. However, if it truly resonates for you, I highly encourage you to speak to those experts in those areas of expertise. Something also to note is that I'm not a tarot reader, I am a seer. Therefore, the cards are just how I connect with you guys. The cards are a physical and visual representation of the intuitive downloads that I receive, so please use your own level of discernment. I am also the author of the Orc of both fairy tales in my hand here. The Princess and Her Inner Voice, which is fairy tale written for children about their intuition, what it is, how it speaks to them, and how if they listen to it, it can help them to overcome all obstacles, help them to heal from all traumas, as well as get them to their happy ending in whichever way that looks for them. It is a very self-love and self-worth based fairy tale. As well as the Dark High Priestess and the Prophet of the Queen of the Unseen, this is a fairy tale written for adults about healing and overcoming spiritual warfare and narcissistic abuse from family and friends. It's told through the viewpoint of a divine feminine who realizes that her family has tried to curse her life, tried to destiny swap with her, tried to literally give her as an offering to a demon in exchange for wealth. She has to separate from them entirely, has to reclaim her power, cleanse her energy with the help of benevolent beings and the angels. And they help her to get to her soul purpose, which part consists of being with a higher level soulmate or twin flame. Both of these fairy tales are written in the bard format, which means that they rhyme. So think like the content of Grimm's fairy tales, but in the format of Dr. Seuss. They are written and illustrated in such a way to heal and appeal to your inner child as you read them. They're short, they're sweet, they inspire hope, and they make you feel good as you read them. The audiobooks have been released for both books, we found attached to this video for your convenience. However, if you wish to purchase the physical copies, you can find them on online at retail, just Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble, just name a few. The Princess and Her Inner Voice in its second edition print, which means that the first edition, as well as my products, will be found on my website, which is www.aspiraltotheself.com. All the information in the description box below for your convenience, as well as all my social media platforms and pages so that we do not get scammed by people or pages pretending to be me. As always, I begin each reading with a prayer. I call upon God, Banja, Great Goddess Morgan, the 23, Lu, the Archangels, my ancestors, and the seen and unseen. Please only allow in this reading what I call upon, which is high vibrational energy and frequency. If any low vibrational entities, beings, and energies try to come through or try to ask, project, open a portal, remote view, or be a monitoring spirit in the past, present, or in the future, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender 100-fold, which will give you full consent to intervene and to intercede on my behalf, whichever way you deem fit. Please allow me to see what you want the collective to know and provide clear and concise messages. If any try to abuse technology in any kind of way in the past, present, or in the future by trying to hijack, ask, project, open a portal, remote view, or be a monitoring spirit, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender 100-fold, in which I give you full consent to intervene and to intercede on my behalf, whichever way you deem fit. Please protect me, this channel, the video, and the viewers. I deliver this divinely guided message. Any curses, hex, evil eye, black magic, witchcraft, and bindings, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately to the center 100-fold, which will give you full consent to intervene and to intercede on my behalf, whichever way you deem fit. As well as the sender's mask will be ripped off, they'll be unable to hide all their lies, deceit, and ill intentions will become exposed and publicly known. Hello, my lovely and beautiful collective. I hope you guys are doing well today. The download that I have for you is that someone tried to send you some kind of natural disaster. So I have like two different things they were trying to do here. They were trying to send you some kind of storm your way. Like this could be literal or this could be figurative. You know, like from what I picked up on, it's both. It's like they tried to send you some kind of mental storm, like some kind of illusion to your mind to affect your decisions and your thought processes, but then also sending you some kind of like natural disaster, you know, like trying to make it to where something happens to your home or happens to something that you have that would immediately drain you of funds. So what I picked up on is that, one, you're protected, of course, as always, but also that you heeded some kind of message that you received concerning this. Like, one particular message that I picked up on is that you were guided to not leave your home one day, and that is what saved you. So someone tried to send you a natural disaster. However, you and your family remain untouched. It was returned to the sender, and this person who sent it to you, or persons, their town was flooded and they had to evacuate, leaving everything behind. And what's very significant about this, again, is that because there's more than one person who's doing this, and why it would seem so outlandish or bizarre or a miracle or divine intervention would be because two different towns that these people reside in were flooded to the point of evacuation. So that's something very significant here. You've avoided conflict from someone trying to dominate your energy to mess with your thought process that would make you make poor financial decisions. You're having a breakthrough and moving forward after gaining clarity after an illusion designed to enact a creative blockage to make you doubt your intuition, so that way you would partake in an unhealthy lifestyle. So like, these people wanted to get you to where like you would eat just unhealthy food all of a sudden, that you would stop working out. I definitely picked up on that they were trying to make it to where you were sluggish or sleepy. Like, I picked up on that you had to defend yourself because it's something that you do for work, and they were attacking your throat chakra, trying to create some kind of blockage here. There could be something very significant about like your thyroid, like attacking your thyroid here, which if you have thyroid issues, it makes you prone to sickness, it makes you tired, it can make you have like weight gain and things of that nature. So it's like that's what they were hoping to implant within you, something that would make you like really tired, that would make it to where you couldn't speak, or you know, that you couldn't perform, which perform could be anything like publicly speaking, being on a platform, doing whatever it is that you do, because whatever it is that you do, it's very creative and it's very lucrative for you. But they were trying to make it to where you wouldn't be able to do your day-to-day things, like make it to where you're making unhealthy decisions again, like you just completely change your diet, you stop working out. Like, these people want you to gain weight, they want you to, but I mean, making unhealthy decisions, this would be, you know, like if you're making all of a sudden unhealthy decisions, it would manifest in your life as some kind of sickness. You know, like say if you all of a sudden just start eating really unhealthy and not working out and things like that, it manifests sickness, especially by attacking your throat chakra, because all sickness correlates to the throat chakra, because the throat chakra is the chakra for choice. It's also the chakra for karma. So it's like they're attacking your throat chakra to manipulate your choices that you make. The universe has sent you some kind of wake-up call. And by wake-up call, I mean it was right in your face. Like, you got something that was literally put right in your face that gave you the very loud and clear message that it's an end of a cycle of someone sending you this energy and you always having to cleanse it off, do your return to centers and things like that. Now, that doesn't mean just like stop doing your spiritual hygiene. Nay, we never do that. Okay, yes, you're loved and protected. Nothing but positivity and abundance flows your ways. Affirm it, believe it. Okay, but to ensure that spiritual warfare never affects you or disrupts your life, you just keep up with your spiritual hygiene, meaning taking your ritual baths, ritual showers, cleansing your space, making sure you at least meditate for an hour a day, keeping up with your prayer game, you know, once or twice a day. I'd recommend twice a day. Once during the daylight, utilizing the full power of the sun, and once at night, utilizing the full power of the moon, because the people who do the shady shit are using the power of the moon. So use what they're using, but then also use its counteractive effect, which is the sun. So always keep that up, because these people, like say in the past, they have done trying to make you complacent, where like you know, like not attacking you for a little bit of time in hopes that you get comfortable and you let your guard down and you stop with your spiritual practices. So if you always keep up with your spiritual practice, you'll never have issues. Yes, I understand it can be time consuming, but it's for your overall good. It's for your overall betterment. There's not a downside to doing it other than it takes a little bit of time, but it's a little bit of time out of your day to ensure that nothing catastrophic comes your way. You know, like, would you rather spend the 20 minutes doing all that, or would you rather wake up one day and be mentally retarded? Like, what's your priority here? You know, like, what are you choosing? I'm choosing to keep full control of my mind and, you know, staying alive, you know, and not becoming homeless or poor, you know, like, I'm dedicated. If I gotta spend an hour and a half or 2 hours a day that the Lord is going to provide me to ensure that I'm always fine, I'm gonna utilize it, you know, because the Lord is gracious and always provides. So I'm gonna do that. So just like, what's your priority here? So keep up doing what you've been doing and you'll be fine. I've also picked up on that people are talking about this now. So people who are part of this group, again, some of their members or all of their members has had some kind of natural disaster. So I picked up on flooding and there being in a mandatory evacuation of 2 different cities. However, that could also be that they've dealt with some kind of natural disaster that may not have been flooding, that could have had an emergency evacuation. I mean, we are not in a shortage of natural disasters. I mean, I saw that New York is now underwater, which is astonishing to me. You know, we've had hurricanes, we've had tornadoes, we've just had it all, you know, we've had it all. So we've had forest fires, like we haven't had our shortage of natural disasters. So whatever kind of natural disaster, again, I specifically picked up on flooding, but it could be any to where they had to leave their home and there could have been significant damage to that home because they were not allowed to be there. And if they stayed, they were isolated for however many days. These people are talking about your ability to maneuver past obstacles. Like, you don't just stay in one lane. Like, say, this is giving, like, the mental picture I'm getting right now is like, you know, like on the movie Apocalyptica, or, you know, I guess any movie where someone's trying to force someone to run and then aiming at them like a target. You know, like run, and then they make these people run while they either have a bow and arrow or they have a gun and they shoot them, right? It's like these people try to set up some kind of obstacle course for you, you know, trying to play with you, telling you to run, but it's like you're zigzagging, you're going in circles. They're unable to successfully aim at you. They're unable to successfully put you down. Like, you keep getting out of it, you've made it to the finish line. So say like you're on some kind of running course. So that's like the mental picture I got. So like how on running tracks, there'll be like 3 to 5 lanes on that running track. Like, you're running, but you're not staying in one lane. Like, you're able to circumvent, you're able to get around things that are trying to disable you or make you homeless or slow you down. Like, you're able to circumvent that. Like, you're able to remain balanced irregardless of the situation. Again, these people have made you some kind of human experiment. I mean, they've already tried to make you a human sacrifice, but now at this point, like, to keep doing the woo-woo despite everything terrible that's going on in their lives, it's just like experimentation. It's curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat, but which is going to be what happens to these people. They're going to end up taking their own lives, and it's just like out of something stupid, you know? But to each their own. You want to end your life because you're a Cancer on this earth? Please do so. We don't need any more people like you. And I'm specifically talking to people who are doing the woo-woo to hurt other people. Please, like, do whatever you feel you need to do, because we know it's going to ricochet back to you, and the sentence for you as decided by universal law is death. So if you feel like you need to keep attacking the divine collective, just know that the only reason you're still breathing and you're still alive is because divine judgment has declared that you suffer first, that death is too kind for you. So keep doing it. You're going to suffer tremendously. You know, they say that earth is the in-between. It's the lower realms of heaven and it's the higher realms of hell. Like, if you're trying to, you know, get yourself to experience hell on earth, I mean, keep doing what you're doing, because they're going to let you live through this little matrix. They're going to let you live through this in the worst possible way. Like, you're going to have the worst human experience ever. And it's like, it's all your actions. You can't get mad at anybody. You can't blame anyone. It's you doing dumb shit. You playing with things you shouldn't be doing. Again, it shouldn't take a genius. If you're losing your home and shit after you just did some kind of woo-woo on something, it should literally click in your mind, hey, I'm getting everything returned back to me. Like, I'm not hurting this person at all. It's all fucking going on to me. Every time I light that candle, every time I do that incantation, every time I have that spell circle, every time I do some kind of human or animal sacrifice, I negatively get impacted in some kind of way, and this person's still walking, breathing, living their fucking best life, having levels up. Like, it doesn't take a genius. Tell me you're not this dumb. Tell me. Like, please tell me you're not this dumb. I understand you got the can't stop, won't stop, like you refuse to have defeat, but you're already defeated. That's the funny part. Like, it's funny to us, but to you, it's devastating. It's like, you can't be that daft. And I feel so sorry for the people who are related to you by blood. Because one, not only did you curse yourself, but you cursed them. But two, it means something is deficient with your DNA. It means something is deficient with your intelligence, and you have passed it on to other people. That's the fucking scary part, is that, like, you don't know when to quit, to the point where you're hurting yourself. And then you're hurting everybody around you who is linked to you. That's the fucking scary part. Like, imagine that, collective. Like, you're linked to all these people that are not only cursing and hurting themselves, but they're dooming everybody around them to suffer tremendously. And it's like, these people are walking curses at this point. Like, anybody who is dumb enough, and I repeat, dumb enough to associate with them is going to share in their fate. And it's like, what is it going to take for you to get it? You know, like, how much catastrophic change do you need to understand? Like, are you really this fucking poor and really in this loss and lack mindset to where you're willing? Like, I mean, you gotta think, any witchcraft is a tempting offer at a high price. There's the light magic witchcraft, which is where you do witchcraft on yourself, like to help you heal and things like that, attract abundance. But it's attracting abundance. It's not, hey, I'm gonna, you know, slit the throat of this lamb here, and I'm gonna have my spell circle, and I'm gonna, you know, summon the power, and like in hopes I get like $1,000. No, like, tell me that, like, you are so unable, so disabled to where you can't go get a job to get that $1,000 versus having your home, which is at least $100,000 to $300,000, can be completely fucking gutted and destroyed on the inside, plus losing your jobs, plus, you know, making everybody in your home sick, plus being blocked and having hardship after hardship. Please tell me, like, you're not so down and out for $1,000 that you're gonna keep taking these tempting offer at a high price and ending up with a high price that you can't fucking pay. Tell me, you know. And it's like, as somebody who sees this stuff, as somebody who's had to live through it, and it's like, I'm like just an observer at this point, like watching these people do the same shit, different day. And it's like, but the results you're getting are exactly what you wish for another person. How many spells does it take you to do to realize that? Surely, maybe after the first one, maybe, but the second one, and then second to like 100, 1,000, because these people have been doing this shit for years. Like, how many does it take to click that, like, you're just hurting yourself? Your life is a projection of the energy that you send out. So, like, if you're just sending out baneful, malicious shit, don't be surprised that you're in shit. You know, like, again, I don't understand it, because it's like, it just means to me that you are just a very low intelligence, and I feel very sorry for people descended from you, because it means that your intelligence is so low that you're not only willing to do anything for $1, but like, you're willing to take out everybody you're related to for $1 because you refuse to do it in the upright means. Like, that's sad as fuck. You know? Like, I pity you for being that fucking ignorant and just like being determined to self-delete. You know, there's other ways to self-delete. You ain't got to do it this slow. Just saying, you ain't got to do it this slow. They're having the clarity that you get the downloads when anyone tries to send you conflict, because each time they try, they anticipate your discernment and that you intelligently will cut them out some kind of way. They're dealing with loss from trying to steal a financial opportunity from you to give to somebody they're sleeping with that has an STD. So someone that they're sleeping with is cursed. Someone they're sleeping with has an STD, so has demons and diseases. They're sick, they're unable to move, they're blocked from moving forward. They're having blockages in their life, including physically. They're dealing with hardship and financial poverty, homelessness. Again, what will it take for you? What will it take for you? You are receiving the recognition because you worked long and hard, and now there's quick action taking place for all involved. So your quick actions, you're moving on and up. You're getting level ups. You're living your fucking best life. And these people are literally bound, because when that shit returns to you, it backfires, it's stuck to you. There's no cleansing that shit off. There's no like doing a ritual bath and hoping it comes, off of you. No, you might be able to get a practitioner to try to undo the magic, but the practitioners that were associated with these people know that they lie, that they're literally cursed, and anybody who helps them is cursed. They will not do it. If anything, from what I picked up, these practitioners will actually just curse them. Like, oh, hey, dummy, you have the audacity to come to my door and try to get me to be exhausted and overburdened by having to backtrack the energy that you won't stop sending out. It's not like you messed up the first time and you need help because, you were just a dummy. No, it's like you keep doing it, and it's like, you think I'm going to help you? No, here, let me be that karmic justice. Let me be the good guy to the Lord here. Hey, Lord, I'm in your service. Let me curse this person for you. Let me be their karma. It's like no one's going to help you, but you keep doing it. So it's like, again, you got to wonder at people's mentality here. Like I feel sorry for them. It's like, honey, honey, do you need a straitjacket? Because obviously school's not going to help you. You haven't learned by now, having years of devastation, hardship, now death is like breathing up on you. Like, I don't know what you need. I don't know what you need. The cards that we got is teacher, discovery. Man, this has been coming up every day. The loving woman, the ascended master. So the energy this week consecutively, because I keep getting the same cards no matter how I shuffle them and what gets left. These people are learning all about you, Divine Femme. They're learning all about you because what the energies all this week is that you're walking karma. People who mishandle you, people who fuck with you, people who try to step to you get fucked up. Again, they tried to send you a natural disaster, not knowing that you have the higher realms, the lower realms, and the benevolent in between working on your behalf, right? Like, you have all of them working on your behalf, protecting you, giving you the messages, telling what you need to do, giving you the warning signs, whatever. And they so happily will go and return that shit to these people. And it's like they're realizing now, they are discovering that you are either an ascended master or you are surrounded by ascended masters. Ascended masters are like Jesus, like Kuan Yin, like Buddha. Like, they realize that you are someone here of importance. That's what that means. You are someone here of importance. And the cards that just fell out is they have to watch you glow up and see your star rise as part of their karma. Their character is being assassinated. Getting everything they dished out and then some, losing money, revenue, and income. Again, like, they were so desperate for that dollar. It's like, it's sad. Like, how are you really willing to cut the nose off to spite the face to get your fucking dollar? Come the fuck on. Like, how desperate can you be? How desperate? Spirit, what do you want the collectives to know about this reading? About how they bypass some kind of storm here. We got missing pieces that's come out. These people are discovering the missing pieces. They're putting them together. Of Divine Feminine. Yeah, it's come out twice. The Divine Feminine. This is reading for Divine Feminine. They're learning exactly who this Divine Feminine is. And they hear that she's got a powerful purpose and she is important and needed in this realm at this time. And these people are just expendable. Like, she's just teaching them a lesson. Like, imagine you cross paths, essentially a judge, jury, and executioner of the divine. Like, you come across this person's path and they judge your soul on the spot. You have all the heavens eyeballs looking at you and judging your soul right then and there, and then like, bam, like getting everything you dished out and then some, not just to her, but to fucking everybody that you've ever done anything to. So it's like, and then now you're losing all your money, your income, your revenue. Now you're losing your home. Now you're sick. Now the people around you are sick, and you have no one to blame but yourself. Tell us more, Spirit. That's what you mean. Tell us more, Spirit, about what they're talking about, the divine feminine, and how, like, it's an end of a cycle. The divine feminine has closed out a cycle. Again, removing low vibrational people, a karmic masculine, fears, warning, pay attention to your intuition, jealousy. So, black magic, manipulation. There's a karmic masculine here. These are people that you have already removed from your life. There's a karmic masculine here who is jealous of a divine feminine, trying to use black magic to manipulate her in some kind of way. Again, trying to manipulate your mind, manipulate your decision making, manipulate like your health habits, your routine, like your sixth house. Who's now in fear, trying to get the missing pieces behind how this divine feminine always gets warned, always gets the messages, the omens about what they're doing, and then circumvents their shit. So someone who's very, very jealous of you. And I'm going to start with the T cards this time. I'm just guided to. Spirit, give us the T about this whole reading here. They're diving into things to research again. They're trying to find the missing pieces here. They receive their wish to be you and walk your life. Careful what you wish for wants to switch back. So you know what this is? This is destiny swapping attempts. They wanted to be you. So you know what test you get when you destiny swap? You want to be that person, which means you have to walk their life. It isn't just like you circumvent all their obstacles, circumvent like everything they've ever had to go through in life, all their trials and tribulations. Nah, like you destiny swap, you don't just get the reward at the end of the tunnel. No, you got to go through fucking everything to get the reward at the end of the tunnel. So the people who've been doing the destiny swap and spells, honey, I feel for you, and I pray that you survive whatever it is that you wish for. Because say this divine feminine, she's had her trials and tribulations for her gifts. She had to pay for that. She had to withstand spiritual warfare. She's had to withstand, her own karmic lessons. She's had to withstand abuse. Now you have to do all of that, so you have to withstand the curses, the hexes, the evil eye, the dream intrusions, the illusions, the mental magic, the psychic attacks, the demons, plus your own karma, plus your own karmic debt, without the anointing, without the favor, and the good karma that she had. Careful what you wish for. Maybe they're realizing that it wasn't all cut and glam. They say everybody wants to be a diamond, but they don't want to get cut. These people don't want to get cut. They're getting cut, and they're realizing that your whole road, your whole pathway wasn't all sunshine and fucking daisies and rainbows and puppies. Nah, like you went through some hard shit, and now these people are having to do it while having their own karma, basking in that shit ass energy that they keep sitting out. And they're not divinely favored. So it's like, wait, I don't want this now. I don't want this. Too bad. The answer you need is written in a book, paper, diary, journal, article, search prompt, or a magazine. So maybe they're going into some kind of book here. It says that they're trying to learn something. It has a picture of these people here trying to learn something from a book. Like, they're trying to figure the fuck out what's going on in their lives. They can't figure it out. They've never seen anything such as this. The other people that they've done this to, it worked. They got their wishes fulfilled. You are an anomaly. You're something that's a miracle. And they're looking to some kind of book, some kind of paper, some kind of diary, looking to see if someone else, maybe in this cult, coven, secret society, or whoever like they're around, has ever witnessed or had knowledge of this. They thought they stole something from you when it wasn't good for you anyway. So they did you a favor. Speaking your name, involving you only to get attention, so starve them. So again, like the whole defamation, these people out here slandering your name, trying to say you're this and that, it's only because they want attention. They couldn't get attention with their own boring ass lives, okay? Which, you know, speaking of that, they're famous now. They're famous for all the wrong shit. People know them for the deeds and actions that they've done towards you. And now if it's exposed about what they've done towards you, it's being exposed about what they've done to everyone else. So they're famous for all the wrong reasons now. They didn't want the smoke. They didn't want the attention. But they only brought your name up because people are interested in you. People are interested in what you got going on. You're a credible source. And they only bring your name up because they want attention. Aren't they embarrassed? Aren't they embarrassed at this point? Again, like how are you doing all this shit? And then like not embarrassed. Like how are you not? I'm embarrassed for you. And I'll tell you why. It's not, again, like I'm just making fun of people. It's, you've been doing this for years. Whoever I'm picking up on, they've been doing this for years. How it's embarrassing that it's taken you over like 1,000 different hardships for you to fucking get the fucking message that like you're doing something wrong, that person's protected, like you're only hurting yourself, you're going to suffer. That's what's embarrassing. I'm not saying people who do black magic or anything is embarrassing. I mean, it kind of is, I'm not gonna lie. But like, what I'm saying is embarrassing is the fact that it takes you so long to learn something. It should only take you maybe 1 or 2 times. But the fact that you've had to learn this many times, you're so bullheaded, you're so daft that you can't, like, help is not coming for these people. Help is not coming. Help is not coming. People know what they do. And again, it's like people go like, you're just dumb. You're just dumb. Oh, bless your heart. You're just dumb. And like, sorry, but this is a lesson you got to learn yourself. And then people are realizing that people who do help them share their misfortune. So, I mean, affirm and believe you are worth it and the universe will serve it, okay? Because the angel of death is here to avenge. Again, I said that someone here is going to die. They just won't stop because they keep acting impulsively. They're trying to get some kind of union to come together because they're obsessed with something they'll never have, which is you, your anointing, your power, who you are. So keep your plans to yourself. Go to the woods to clear your mind and energy. These people, this person has a desire and passion for you, which is what led to their death, but also led to their character being assassinated. Again, so it's like they only talked about you because they wanted you to look their way. They want to feel important and significant to other people and the public by bringing up your name because you're somebody of value. And then like, it's because they wanted you to look their way because again, you know that they ain't shit. Again, thought they stole something from you when in actuality it was never good for you. They did you a favor. They took the trash out. You're so close to figuring it all out. Like you're so close. Because you have the source of prophecy. Again, these people know that you're very, very tapped in. Trust and believe they've tried to disconnect you from the all higher intuition. They've already tried all that. Nothing's working. So it's like, what now? Yeah, trying to use glamour energy, trying to manipulate you. Trying to manipulate how people see you. How you see yourself. And the air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, sees about your career, your 10th house, your career, your ambition, your public persona. Again, like they were trying to send glamour energy towards your career. Again, it's something about what you do, that you speak, that you perform, that puts you in front of an audience. It's something that's part of your career. It's your public persona. And there was an air sign here who just kept sending glamour and energy manipulation magic to you. Their mask is off, their true self is on display. So people say that they were trying to get some kind of business investment opportunity by attacking you. Imagine how pitiful your life's got to be to do that. Again, aren't they embarrassed? You couldn't come up with your own shit in this lifetime? Terrified because they're realizing they were just the divine's pawn to awaken your power. You won't be beaten. Again, like that's what they're all talking about. because you're viewed as a credible source. So again, you're viewed as a credible source to the people that you are talking about publicly. People see that. Again, these people are famous for all the wrong reasons. They're terrified because they're realizing that they were never meant, nor will they ever be meant to do anything to you. All that they were used for was by the divine to activate your power. So again, like the superhero complex, where it's like you have to have some kind of trigger moment and then it unlocks all these powers within you. They were just that. They served their purpose. It's okay for you to die now. It's okay for the archangel of death to come collect your soul. You fulfilled your purpose. You're expendable. Like, congratulations, you know? They underestimated you because they never knew you. So these are people that never knew you, judged a book by its cover, not knowing that it was bait, that you were the judge, jury, and executioner to the soul. Yeah. You've been utilizing the dark web here, maybe even trying to limit your reach or something if you're a content creator. Using the dark web to try to gaslight people about you, attempting to rewrite history or erase memories. So again, like they're trying to assassinate your character. They're trying to gaslight people, gossiping about you, trying to act like they've got the hot tea by what they've discovered by spiritually spying on you. So they spiritually spy on you, like, you know, sitting monitoring spirits, using crystals, mirror magic, acting like they got the tea on you, but they don't know shit about your life. But then they go on the dark web trying to gaslight people about you. But again, people know you're viewed as a credible source. So all they did was assassinate their own character because you up your spiritual hygiene. Again, keep it up. They were trying to get close to people close to you to use them against you, to open up some kind of portal in your energy, and God is making his presence known through you. It's a close out of a cycle. These people are contemplating self-deletion. Again, like you're just condemning yourself to more suffering. Yeah, they're in mental turmoil on what's going on in their life. Things are going on behind the scenes to bring you your wish, your manifestation. So think positive. Again, it said to believe that you are worth it and the universe will serve it. Someone here loves someone they are not with. However, your purpose is bigger than you realize. It's why you're so protected. So again, you have a bigger purpose here. These people served their purpose. They fulfilled it. And it's like, okay, well, you know, if you keep wanting to do stuff, that's cool. But you're just hurting yourself because you fulfilled your purpose. You aren't required to be alive anymore in this realm. But, you know, because we feel like death is too kind for you, we're going to make you suffer a lot first. We're going to teach you this lesson because, again, we've been trying to very gently, mercifully, gracefully teach you this lesson by, you know, giving you a little bit of hardship each and every time. And you just are oblivious or you just don't care or whatever. So now you're forcing our hand to make you suffer, to make you understand the error of your ways, to let you know that help is not coming for you. You will suffer alone. Anybody and everybody who is dumb enough to work with you. So let's see. Spirit, what is this person studying? What is this person studying when it comes to the divine feminine, trying to read some kind of book? What are they trying to find out about the divine feminine? What are they trying to find out about the divine feminine? What are they trying to find out about the divine feminine here? About their witchcraft that they keep doing on the full moon to get some kind of rebirth in their life. Trying to move quickly to have stability. So again, they're just trying to cut corners. And how they got catastrophic change that they can't recover from because of their dedication to try to get this rebirth in their life. So again, you're losing money, you're losing your home, you're fucking losing everything, and it's like, what will it take? Yeah. Because of how dedicated they were to trying to affect your transformation, trying to affect you in the dream state, again, trying to mess with your decision-making skills, you know, like try to make it to where you make unhealthy, you know, habits or changes. Yeah, all out of jealousy. All out of jealousy. But what has been done in the dark has been brought to light. So again, like, they're trying to figure out who you are, what you are for this to happen. Like, why is their black magic backfiring like this? Why are they always going through shit but not you? Because you're protected. Again, you have a big purpose. That's been the fucking theme that's been shouted from the rooftops every single day this week. And the energies, like, the same cards come out. It's like, you have a big purpose. You are some kind of judge. You are here for justice. You teach some kind of wrong. People wrong you and they learn the lesson. That's your purpose. And you're very, very protected. So it's like, they're trying to figure out why you're so protected. Because that's your purpose. Her purpose, this divine feminine, is to be some kind of judge for the divine. Again, the previous day was the path of Rhadamanthus, who is a demigod judge in the underworld. You walk that path, you judge souls. You have a very specific purpose here, and it's much needed. So it's like God has employed all these divine feminines, has, you know, gave them the looks, gave them the personality, essentially, like, again, like, and all of these divine feminines have been cloaked. They've been hidden in plain sight, meaning like they've always had these abilities, but they're only activated by certain individuals. So people who attack you, people who do their woo-woo, things like that. Like, the moment they attack you, it activates your gifts. And then, like, it activates your gifts to protect yourself, but then also it allows the divine to see. It's like, you are hidden in plain sight. You're just this regular human being until someone attacks you. And then all of a sudden, it's like the divine comes through your eyes and sees, like, who the fuck's attacking you. Because the moment your gifts get activated, that's like an alarm. And the heavens, like, hey, your warrior here, this undercover warrior, this undercover agent here that you deployed to Earth, they've been attacked. Like, spiritual gifts activate, right? Like, you were activated. The divine starts to look at you now like, okay, my divine feminine was activated. What was she activated by? And then now they start to really watch through this divine feminine the people who keep doing things to her. Taking notes. Archangel Metatron. Taking notes. Recording fucking everything. Putting in these people Akashic records, which means that karmic debt will be repaid. They will go to spiritual court. Like, they will be tried. Their souls will be weighed. And it's like God has sent these divine feminines to come to this plane and be his judge for him. Like, to be his eyes, his ears, to witness everything that's going on. And then, like, that's why these people get caught in a trap and they're trying to figure the fuck, like, what's going on here. You were hidden in plain sight. Your abilities were hidden on purpose to be exposed well after the fact and divine right time. So it's like people don't get an inkling about what your abilities are until after they attack you and after they've been judged. Then they have this like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on with all my witchcraft here. What's going on? Like, this has never happened before. It's because you attacked the judge of the divine. She was dormant. You would have never had the divine's eyes on you if you didn't attack this woman. And the fact that this is a collective reading, that means there's been so many. It's like the divine feminines of this lifetime are not only undercover agents, but they're undercover warriors. They're warriors of the divine. It's like because the divine knew that all these forces of darkness would keep trying to... It's like the divine plan. It's like so big, and it's like I'm channeling right now. It's like the divine plan is so big. It's like they first saw that in this new age to get the world to go from 3D to 5D vibration, right? To 5D frequency, that the forces of darkness, as if some kind of prophecy, that the forces of darkness would go after the divine feminines with the intention of trying to stop this transition to 5D. So God knows about this. The divine plan here. So he's already prepared. He's already like 100 steps ahead. He just goes, okay, so if they're going to attack my divine feminines and trying to stop these divine unions from coming together, trying to stop the spirit babies that are coming through that have the souls of like ancient ascended masters and powerful beings, from coming through. Okay, so that means I'm just going to instill in every single divine feminine these hidden talents that will only become activated. They'll be dormant until she gets attacked by someone. And then when she gets attacked by someone, the heavens will be alerted and we'll start to have her, through her, judge these people's actions in real time. And then karma will be very quick. We'll still be transitioning to 5D, but the cancer of the world will get taken out. And in the meantime, it's like they'll either get taken out or they're going to learn their lesson in real time. Yeah, because they know that there's been an end to their journey from trying to do things to you because of how protected you are. Again, it's like they keep doing their sex magic here and they see that something is guarding you. Again, if they're trying to attack you in the dream state, trying to open some kind of portal in your energy, trying to mess with your mind, things like that, there's something waiting for them. So say if this little home right here is your mind, there's a spiritual protector just waiting for them to try to access it. And they get fucked up. It puts an end to their journey each and every time. Again, they don't understand what's going on. They keep trying to exploit you of all opportunities because they know that you are here to forge a new path. Again, but the divine has already peeped you. The divine already knows what you're going to do and has already created some kind of infallible plan to make it to where whatever you're doing is useless. Yeah. So they keep trying to hurry up real quick to master their craft, trying to conjure things of the masculine, so things to action on, things that will affect your money, things that will affect your energy and things like that, thinking that they're being sly, they're being sneaky, getting readings on you, thinking that they're going to be ahead of you, they're doing this for clout. But again, this group realizes how protected you are because you have a powerful purpose and they're just bored. They're just bored because nothing's working, nothing's happening. And they're receiving spiritual guidance that they're going to have a lot of losses. Again, they're going to have a lot of losses from trying to challenge you because they don't compete or they don't compare, right? You're trying to challenge somebody who fucking really spiritually outranks you, who is a walking trap that you keep falling in. It's the visuals I'm seeing it. It's so here's this little trap here, okay? Here's this little hole in the ground, right? They fall in the hole, and then they get out of the hole, and they go, you know what, I didn't learn my lesson, so I'm going to fall in the hole again. They fall in the hole, they get out of the hole, they're like, I'm going to keep doing everything they've been doing. They fall in the hole again. It's they just keep falling in the hole. They're just falling in the hole. What? I didn't learn my lesson. Fall in the hole. What? I didn't learn my lesson. Fall in the hole. What have they discerned? Great Goddess, what have they discovered about the collective and their purpose? What have they discovered through their reading about the collective in some kind and their purpose? That you went through a death and rebirth. Again, when they attacked you, you went through a death and rebirth. When they attacked you, it awakened your power. It awakened that ancient being inside of you. When they attacked you, it awakened all those dormant gifts that the divine instilled within you to circumvent any kind of warfare that goes on in your life. Yeah. That they're going to have to surrender because they're going to have extremes in life. Because you have the gift of manifestation. But also this is signifying that creative accountability. They're going to have to surrender to the extremes of life because they have to be accountable to what is it they're trying to create, what they're trying to manifest. What do they discover about the collective in their reading here? That they're going to be learning this life lesson, and this is a life lesson. Again, when it says extremes of life, having creative accountability. Again, learning through witchcraft here. Learning what's going on with their life. That this is a life lesson that they have to be held accountable for whatever it is that they are trying to manifest. And it's extremes of life. Because you follow your intuition before it makes sense. You just take action. You go through the portal. That you are part of the golden children, which means you have rare gifts. Again, you were sent here in disguise. That you went through a spontaneous awakening, activation. You were integrated again. So it's you are one of the golden children, which means you are a child of Ra. So you're a child of God. And God hid you in plain sight, and your job is to teach these people life lessons to elevate their soul. It's soul growth for them. All you are is soul growth for them. They're not going to get nothing else out of you. No abundance, no blessings, nada, not your destiny. They're going to have growth here, which growth means pain. They're going to have pain here to elevate their soul, to teach the soul the lesson that they refuse to learn. It's like these are people that are very comfortable in their south node. They don't want to get out of it. And it's like they're being taught the lesson here because they're going to have to surrender to the extremes of life because they're being held accountable for whatever it is that they're trying to manifest. Again, doing their witchcraft. Yeah. That your soul recognizes them. And that you will also have reunions with like-minded souls that are just like you, that you are a messenger to bring harmony and balance. Again, you're a messenger of the divine. We see like Jesus here, like you are a messenger. I'm not saying you're Jesus, but it does say that this divine feminine is either ascended master or this divine feminine is surrounded by ascended masters. So either or, with like Jesus here, you could be a reincarnated ascended master. And that you're getting a second chance on life. You're getting a second bloom to new possibilities. You can be part of the 7 star sisters. You are here to birth creations. You are the tapestry of life. You are here to express. So again, like this is giving, you are an ancient soul. You could be an ascended master here, and you teach people life lessons. Again, you're like this little lamb. They think they're glamoring you when really they're glamoring themselves. It's like you're this little lamb here. You look all pretty and you look all innocent. And God knows that these people are going to try to take your kindness for weakness. And so he just instilled all these spiritual weapons within you and an alarm system that if anyone fucks with his baby, like there's an alarm that's going to go off in the heavens, but then it's going to activate the badassness within you. Like you're asleep. Like they talk about sleeper cells, you're asleep until someone attacks you with spiritual warfare, and then an ancient soul wakes up and goes, I'm here, bitch. I'm here. You wanted to see me? Like that's what it's given. And then they get all befuddled. Like, what? Did you know about the collective? Did you know about their gifts? Like, they're funny. Oh, man. Yeah, finding the missing pieces and fear. They're finding out too late. They're finding out too late. So we're seeing on the dark web, people seeing you as a credible source. Great Goddess Morgan, how are the people seeing the collective? How are the people seeing the collective? They're seeing that a King of Cups, someone who is diplomatic, emotionally balanced, or this could signify you, that you are emotionally balanced, diplomatic in your masculine energy during any kind of tower moment that was brought about by trauma or pain, that you were very adaptable here. When it came to a promiscuous player who was invested in paying people to try to get you locked up or to bind you, victimize you, to ruin your reputation, to give you some kind of painful ending, and that you were able to balance this energy out. You were able to find a solution against this King of Wands who is trying to send you death with a Queen of Wands. Yeah, they were trying to manifest endings and death to a Empress, a divine feminine, because they thought that was how they were going to be able to move forward, overcome some kind of obstacle that was providing them with anxiety, fear, and despair, making them feel overwhelmed. So they were already in a dark hole before they even attacked you. You're just the frosting on the cake. Yeah, they worked long and hard to try to affect your children, thinking that they found the way forward, stalking and watching you to see if their wishes were going to be fulfilled, of having a long-term stability, like having a windfall of abundance here. So that because they had a plan to try to rob you. Trying to rob you here, using their spiritual wisdom on your relationships. Trying to get you to isolate, to trap you. So that way you would attract some kind of romantic offer that would have made you sick. But they're seeing that you've mastered your craft here. Again, still in your masculine energy. So you were heavily in your masculine energy. Like you mastered your craft to build your empire. So you came out of the mud. Like you got on yourself. Like you're self-made, other than with like the divine, your ancestors, spiritual team. Like nobody on this realm can claim credit for your work. But you developed some kind of empire here because of your inner strength. During these times, people are trying to overburden you, make you duty bound, and you're getting recognition for this. People see you as having independent wealth here because of your determination. And they are sending you all this conflict to try to get you to abandon it. But you stood your ground. And these people are now blocked in many different ways because it's a completion of a cycle. Because you have family stability. So people have essentially experienced or witnessed your journey here against these people, and they're seeing you as a credible person. Like they're seeing you as a credible source. They know that you had essentially like everything come after you, and you were still able to circumvent it all. You were still able to like keep a level head. You were still able to go like get your bag. Like you were still able to go get it all. And these people are fucked. Like these people are fucked. Let's see what else. Trying to manipulate you out of another fear about the missing pieces that you get. They figured out about you. We already know their karma. We already know their karma. Tell us about this karmic masculine and like doing it because he loves someone he's not with, and somebody was doing this because he has an STD. Tell us about this. This person's fed up holding a grudge. Yeah, this player is fed up holding a grudge because you blocked them from social media. Yeah, they're an obsessive lover around winter, or they're with an obsessive lover around winter. Again, one of these people have an STD creeping. So them and an obsessive lover were creeping on you. Again, like I picked up a masculine and feminine that were fantasizing about what they could do to you. Yeah, fantasizing that they could get you to partake in bad habits. Again, trying to manipulate the way that you think, your decision-making skills, so that way you would partake in unhealthy habits like drugs, toxicities, because they wanted to reconcile with you. Because they're extra triggered, caught in the act, because they know that you're not lonely, that like you found someone else. Again, but they're with somebody, so why the fuck does it matter what you're doing? Yeah, this person has low IQ. I could have told you that. Like, I could have told you that. Yeah. You moved on from this person, and now this person's having legal issues. Again, like the moment you got out of their energy, like rapid change is happening in their life. Yeah, they're having legal issues for abusing and neglecting their kids. And now they feel humiliated. They feel like a clown. They're ashamed. So they've been humiliated. Again, character assassination. They're getting out whatever they dished out, and then some with the water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So they're with somebody creeping on you, waiting, thinking that they could do something to your mental state to make you do drugs, to get you to do bad habits like drink, smoke, things like that, with a fire sign. A fire sign is waiting to steal from you. Looking you up, trying to see if they can see the signs. I don't know what angel numbers you're looking at, but angel numbers aren't gonna tell you when you can steal from somebody. Yeah, because they've been trying to hustle for money, trying to get photo proof evidence of you, because again, this person's a cyber bully. They've been going on the dark web trying to gaslight people. Again, like this is a person that would go on the internet crying, giving them a sob ass story about how you cut them out of your life, you ghosted them all of a sudden for no reason, that they're in love with you, you know, part me, wah, you know, like, and really it's just like this asshole, like, is just a weirdo, and they're a player, they juggle people. Yeah. So it's a cyber bully. They were online telling people that they love you and they've got good vibes with you. But they were doing all this because they're a happiness hater and they wanted to pressure you into being in a third party. We keep picking up on that energy. Now they're trying to dust that off. They just wanted to share you with somebody else. They're fed up though. They're angry. They're an angry little man. Angry little man. How come she won't fuck me with this other woman? It's like, you know how pitiful you fucking sound, man? Like, have some self-respect. Like, you know, have some self-respect. I want to know about this, this natural disaster. Spirit, tell us about this natural disaster that these people are going through. Tell us about this natural disaster that these people are going through. This, like, storm. Tell us about this natural disaster, this flood. They have to watch you prosper with money. They're having their own sacral chakra blocked, which is that STD, taken completely out of the game. So this flood took them out of the game, so it brought them so much loss. Tell us about this flood, Spirit. So the divine responded to these people trying to take your will away. So this is doing binding spells, trying to bind a divine feminine, an empress. It has to do with her destiny. They were trying to bind a divine feminine so that way she would not get her good fortune. Trying to bind her destiny to hardship, heartbreak, depression. So that was the divine's response to them trying to do some kind of binding spell on a divine feminine. Tell us more about what they lost during this flood, this natural disaster. That they had to let go of their possessions. They have an unwarranted fear of poverty. So, like, they had to let go of all their possessions. Again, they became homeless, like, almost overnight. Yeah. Their family had to let go of all their possessions. They lost everything because they tried to bind your will. Yeah, when it came to, this is signifying everybody that was part of this secret society that was trying to mess with your intuition, your esoteric knowledge. Again, trying to figure things out to try to overburden you. Watching you while you sleep. So everybody that was part of this secret society had to let go of all their possessions because of some kind of natural disaster. Because they tried to bind the will of divine feminine. Tell us more. What they have to give up, Spirit? What they have to give up? That it's the end. It's a completion of a cycle for this promiscuous player to affect your choices when it comes to a new beginning in your life or financial opportunity. But you're getting the foresight that you get to move forward while this person is blocked, like they are stuck. Because your intuition told you about them trying to do this woo-woo on you, trying to bind your will. Trying to bind you to poverty and hard to begin. Like they were trying to bind your destiny to that of pain and suffering. But again, you're this Queen of Swords energy. You're very intelligent, you're very discerning, and you cut them out of your energy. But you also cut them out of the energy of your children as well. And that you receive some kind of romantic offer with an emperor that you're going to have a family with. And that you're going to share, again, with your sacral chakra energy here, that you guys are going to build like wealth, that you're going to be co-creating with your divine counterpart. And these people know that it's an ending. They're going to have a very painful ending here. They're going to be defeated. They've hit rock bottom and they're in anxiety, fear, and despair. They're aware that you get to move on to calmer waters while they're bound to everything they sent out. So they know. It's this community here, the secret society knows. It's like, it's said that the divine is making their presence known through you. These people are watching, like, again, like their own, like Noah's flood. Like they're seeing their own natural disaster in direct response and correlation to whatever it is that they send to you. It's pretty wild. Like, that's got to be a big epiphany for somebody. What does the collective's higher self want them to know? That this is a blessing in disguise for you. Because these people are going to be a vibrational match, but you're also a vibrational match to complete this cycle, and they're in a vibrational match to receive all of this misfortune that they're going to receive. That it may be a bumpy ride, 12-12 is a new beginning. It may be a bumpy ride to a new beginning. However, it can be fun if you allow it and let go of your resistance to it. Again, like, why you would have bumps and hills in your path here is because it gets you to where you need to go quicker. It'd be harder, but you'll get to where you need to go a lot quicker. What blessing should the collective be aware of show gratitude for? Blessing of protection by the great goddess Morgan, and a blessing on your creativity, and a blessing for a mother to have a new beginning. 12-12 again. So be brave. When you when you get any kind of flashback when it comes to childhood trauma, during the winter solstice, which is like December 20th, this could be coming up. So if you have any kind of like flashback or revisit of a childhood trauma that you need to heal, I mean, we are getting ready to have Chiron go retrograde, so that wouldn't be like woo-woo coming. It's just like we have all these retrogrades right now. So you have Saturn retrograde, which is about reevaluating past decisions, delays, having perseverance and patience. You've got Neptune retrograde, which again is like going over past choices, reevaluating things. It's all about reevaluating decisions that you've made. But then with Chiron retrograde, because it's in Aries, it's where you are going to have to take an action on a very, very specific trauma that you have that is holding you back, that once you get through it, release it, will lead you to some kind of blessing. Okay, so like Chiron in Aries is taking the initiative, taking the action to heal a trauma or to transmute a trauma into blessings. So that's going to be something that's a theme for you during the winter solstice. It's something that is going to be during the Chiron retrograde. All right, collective, I hope I was able to provide you with clarity on what you are going to know. Thank you for watching. If you like my vibe in this video, please like and subscribe. It definitely helps out the channel. Please stay tuned for a brief little snippet of the Dark High Priestess and the Prophecy Queen Unseen.